it's your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
I'm not going to talk to you like I normally do on this show. I might flip your nipple.
I thought you said you weren't going to talk to me like you normally do.
I tried, but, I love the jiggle.
Well, I am irresistible, and that jiggle is unprecedented.
It is inconceivable. Hey, bud.
Yes.
It's good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you, too. You're looking a little different these days.
Oh, thank you for noticing.
Lower your ears?
I was going to say the same thing about you.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yes, I did as well.
So, big news.
Yes. Hey, we've got a lot to unravel in this show, and we've got a limited time to do it because we're not trying to take your time.
Yep, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the big red truck and the yellow airplane, and that's about all we got, guys. Like, subscribe, and keep following us.
Bingo.
Bingo. Speaking of bingo, a little birdie told me that, we've been coming up on this government shutdown, and of course it's like the end of the world because it's like that every year when this happens. And nice hat.
Thank you.
And
the audience can't see it. Why would you even comment on it?
Well, for those in the chat that maybe can see it, looks like Joe Ringo has commented, Indiana Jones wants his hat back. You got it, Joe. He sure does. Whoopsh. But yeah, we always go through this, right? I mean, at least that's what it feels like being prior service. It's every year, the government's going to shut down. Nobody's getting paid.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok earlier of this soldier in uniform. He was a sergeant, E5.
Hey, I've been one of those before.
Yep. You and me both. And this guy was talking about, so the government's going to shut down and the military's not getting paid, and that means that we're just going to be volunteers, and I'm not doing that. Yeah, newsflash, buddy. You're doing that.
Yeah, because you volunteered.
Yes, it's an all-volunteer force, and even though you do get paid, unfortunately for you and your contract, if you hadn't noticed already, you do, I don't know if forego is the right word, forfeit some of your liberties that regular civilians get.
Yes, sir.
But to flip the script, it sounds like the both parties, Republicans and Democrats, with the, I don't know if you would call it help or not, but with some support from libertarians, have come together and voted on a resolution
to resolve
the resolute.
There you go.
Yep, I'm tracking. And they're going to put a bill on the desk for Biden to sign, extending the stopgap, the funding for the government for about 45 days.
Hey-oh, that means I get paid for about another 3 paychecks.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, you always got to look on the brighter side of things.
Guess Daddy's buying dinner.
I already bought lunch.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, man. So, it came down to the wire. For those that were following this, you would know that earlier Saturday, there were some shenanigans that were going on that quite possibly could have postponed this and shut the government down in its entirety. But it came down to about, what did we say earlier? 6, 7 o'clock, something like that?
Yeah, it was down to the wire.
Down to the wire. So as long as everything gets signed before midnight, the bill will go into law, and you're going to get paid, brother.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Laying in a manger.
But Speaking of shenanigans,
I swear to God,
Yes.
I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
did you hear that while during the voting process there was a certain representative that pulled a fire alarm so people couldn't vote?
What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No way.
Yeah, Representative Jamal Bowman, Democratic.
Wow.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this, but you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Democratic Jamal Bowman. He is from New York. Don't know the district that he represents. I think it's like 19 or something. I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that. But he pulled a fire alarm, and they don't really know why. But of course, the conspiracy of this one is so that people would stop voting.
Oh, how convenient.
Yes, to shut the government down.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a one of his colleagues. I don't remember her name, but female representative who earlier in the afternoon had brought a motion to adjourn for the day. Now, again, if you guys are following this, you know that would mean that, okay, hey, we're going to basically, we're shutting down early. We're going to close up shop, and we're not coming back to work till Monday. Oh, wait, because they closed shop without getting to a resolution to result in the resoluting of resolutions, that would mean that the government would be shut down, so there would be no work on Monday.
Yeah, and then what is it? I don't quote me on this number, but I think I saw something that said there's like 2.1 million civilian and military government employees that would be affected.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no bueno, and it's easy to point fingers and say like, oh, well, you should have, 3 to 6 months saved up in your emergency fund for, times like this or when something happens. That's great. And I applaud anybody that is able to do that. But when you're talking about young enlisted officers as well, but just from our experience, young enlisted airmen or soldiers, sailors, Marines, space cadets, that's not necessarily a reality for them.
No, it is really not.
And right
even
now,
if and I'm going to cut you off, and I'm really sorry, but even if you live in the barracks and you're getting 3 meals a day through the chow hall, DFAC, whatever you want to call it, even if you're getting that, you're getting money taken out of, like, people don't think people understand this, but you're getting money taken out of your paycheck for those conveniences, right?
Yep.
Because you're on base. Even if you live in housing, that's coming out of your paycheck. So you're not getting a full paycheck. That stuff's already being taken out. You're paying rent. You're paying all these things. And then on top of it, when they took out the government housing and made it privatized housing is going to start, well, they've been saying this for years, and they haven't done it yet, but it's on the book where these people are going to start paying for electricity and all this stuff. And I know the average person is thinking, well, I pay for that, so why shouldn't everyone else? But that's part of the convenience of living on a insulation is you're already paying it through your paycheck. You're already paying it through your taxes. You should not have to pay it again.
Right. They're getting lower gross and net paychecks because they're receiving those entitlements or benefits, if you will.
Yeah.
But even so, you take all that, and even for the average person, you look at the rise of inflation and salaries, paychecks. I mean, I know the government wants to say right now that, wages are on the rise. They're coming back. They're at an all-time high. People are making more money. And that offsets, the bad business of inflation. I can tell you personally from my own experience this past year or 2 years, that is not the case. My wages have not gone up, not one penny.
No.
And inflation has gone up.
Yeah.
So
it's
you have
leaving us in
people
the
living
dust.
You have people living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe even paycheck to almost paycheck. and they're employed by the government, and they're not going to get paid.
Yeah.
All the
Yep.
while, the folks that are up in Congress or the Senate, up in the House, in D.C., have written laws that exclude them from those categories. So even if the government shuts down and, hey, they're out of work for 30 days or a month or 2 months or whatever the case is, they're still getting paid. But the little peons down toward the bottom of the totem pole, nah, sorry about your luck, but you still need to do your job.
Yeah.
So what do I tell my mortgage company when they're expecting a paycheck and I've been furloughed?
Well, they're expecting a payment. You're expecting a paycheck to make that payment, and you can't.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what do? You'd have to call all your bills that you pay. You'd have to call them and say, hey, sorry, I can't pay you, but I still need you to keep the lights on. Or, hey, I'd still like to live in this house and not have this dinged on my record because of XYZ.
Yep.
But that's not going to happen.
Nope. It'll be a good day for the payday loan shops.
It sure would. And like you said earlier, people making it from paycheck to almost paycheck, those almost paycheck people are putting things on their credit cards. Have you seen the amount of individuals through the credit bureau who are using their credit cards to make it to that next paycheck by going to the grocery store, buying food, buying all this stuff? That stuff has skyrocketed.
I don't have to see them. I am them.
You and me both.
Yeah. We've got money in a bunch of different accounts tied to a bunch of different cards, But seriously, yeah, was listening to a show the other day, and they were saying the exact same thing, that right now, this time in history, people spending on credit cards is at an all-time high.
Yes.
And it's not just because, I want to get a credit card and I just want to live a lavish lifestyle. It's because they have bills to pay. They have mouths to feed. They have necessities that aren't being met. So they have to figure out other means to do it.
Exactly. And maybe a way to kind of offset some of your spending, at the grocery store would be to learn how to grow your own stuff. I know it's hard, and I know it takes a lot of resources. Trust me, I've tried it. I do not have a green thumb. I've killed almost every plant that I have had on my property and in my house, just trying to offset grocery stuff. Green beans are supposed to be one of the easiest things to grow, and I kill those things in 2 weeks. How is that possible?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stuff like that where you try to learn things and you're trying to offset stuff, but it takes more resources to do that, and you don't have the funding, or you don't have the capabilities. Or let's think about this. I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on for just a second. What if everything shuts down? The big thing, right? Internet and, electricity is the big one, right? Because if you don't have electricity, you don't have anything. But what if that shuts down? What if you don't have a green thumb like me? You can't grow anything to save your life. What do you do?
Well, and not to mention, like you said, it takes more resources. Okay, you're going to start planting. It's going to take time, right? It's not like you plant them and a week later, hey, I've got food.
No.
Sometimes it's seasonal, and you have to make sure they're soiled properly. You have to water them.
That's what I forgot to do. Dang it.
Lots of things that go into it, and then, oh, hey, your water bill is going up.
Yep.
Your money is being spent on fertilizer or seeds or, the tools so that you can dig and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is. So, getting back onto the topic, crazy thing. Did you mention, and you probably did, and our listeners are going to be like, weren't you paying attention, JT? No, I really wasn't. But did you mention, yeah, you should be. Did you mention that the Speaker of the House called the Jamal Bowman individual?
Oh, no, I didn't even cover that.
Oh, okay. you should say this because you're the one who told me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. And then let's dive into that real quick.
Okay, yeah, real quick. So the Speaker of the House mentioned that basically, in layman's terms, if you will, that that whole pulling the fire alarm incident should be viewed on the same level as the January 6th. Insurrection. Because he pulled the fire alarm, right? And if you look at the footage, if you look at everything objectively, it looks like, okay, he pulled the fire alarm, like you said earlier, to stop the vote. Go ahead, get the people out of the building, and, okay, I guess we just have to adjourn because there was an issue.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen. Yeah, very, very interesting. Now, of course, representatives from that dude's office were saying, oh, it was just an accident. He didn't mean to do it. And then you see the pictures and the footage, and it's that guy looking right at the fire alarm with his hand on it. It's not like, oh, I brushed up against it or I fell down and it got pulled. Oops.
Or I was leaning on it and kind of tripped a little bit, you know.
Yeah. It was intentional.
It looked intentional.
But
I could be wrong.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Yep.
So
there was a clip earlier that I saw from Nancy Pelosi. Two different clips. One was talking about in 2017, 2018, when she was calling for Trump to be impeached. She did it all on her own without a vote, right? She just brought the articles forward. Hey, he needs to be impeached.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to 2023, when they're doing this to Joe Biden, and McCarthy didn't call a vote. He just said, hey, we need to bring these articles forward. And she's totally changed her tune. Oh, well, this is just embarrassing, and, you know, that really needs to be a vote. This is just an abuse of power, blah, 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 blah. Really? He's doing the same thing you did not less than 3-4 years ago. It was okay when you did it. Now it's not okay. Well, Same thing with the government shutdown. There was footage of her talking about, oh, well, you know, until we get what we want, yada, yada, yada. But now all of a sudden, oh, well, this is just, you know, our military's not going to get paid, and this isn't going to happen. And we were talking about this last year, and I'm pretty sure it was on the show, where they were sneaking in a whole bunch of stuff into these bills to be signed. But the bill would be called, for example, Drew's Snickers Fund bill, right? And we're going to give Drew a bunch of money for Snickers because that's what he likes. Okay, cool. That sounds easy enough. No. But why not? You don't want Drew to have Snickers, huh? But when you actually read the bill, there's like, okay, $10 for Drew's Snickers and millions of money that goes to this foreign country for this thing that has nothing to do with us or our people, and our taxpayers are going to be fronting the money for it. There's millions of money going over here for this and that and so on and so forth. But when they don't support it, oh, well, I guess you hate Drew, huh?
Yeah. We were talking about that last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we have listeners in Ukraine, and it's not that we don't love you and we don't think that what you're doing is patriotic, but we cannot fund you anymore.
No,
Am I saying it right? Does that need to be cut out? Or am I not allowed to give my opinions here? You tell me, dictator.
Me?
I'm looking at you.
Oh, thank you. No, you're spot on. I think I was looking at a chart earlier today, and it was showing the breakdown for every little thing for support in this, you know, Putin's war. Showing the support that all the different countries that have come together to support Ukraine, whether it was just straight up financial with money, or if it was with equipment, and then it would break the equipment down, right? Like, oh, we've sent them so many fighter jets. Oh, what kind of fighter jets? This kind of jet, this kind of jet, this kind of bomber, this kind of, what do you call that thing? Drone. This kind of support, this much ammunition, and these calibers. And it had every breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the U.S. is leading the way in all of it. And it's not like, hey, we're leading the way by $20, $30, $100, $1,000. It's like we've given over 80-something billion dollars. And one of the other countries in line was like, oh, $3 billion. $2 billion.
Holy mackerel.
Either, like we've said before on the show, either we're involved or we're not involved. If the rhetoric is going to be, if the rhetoric is going to be, we're not involved, they're not a part of NATO, this isn't our fight, then we shouldn't be supporting him the way that we are.
No. But we're supporting him the way we are is because we've always hated communism.
Yeah.
So we're not in it.
Yeah, but again, I'm a freaking old record. China and Taiwan. In Taiwan, we got your back. If China does anything, we're there. China, no. We don't think Taiwan should become their own thing. We believe in the one China policy. Okay? We totally support you in that. Taiwan, if they do anything, we're here to support you. Pick a freaking side and stick with it.
Well, now Japan's gotten involved, and China has threatened them with a couple of nukes going their way if they get involved.
Yeah.
Out of all the countries in the world, which one's been nuked? And I say nuked, not nuked in the current conventional way. Well, because it can't say conventional, but in the current nuclear war way, no one. But with an atom bomb, which is a little different, same kind of outcome, not as bad, but who's been bombed out of all the countries in the world?
Yes,
Japan. So Japan knows, they know what it feels like.
Yep,
it wasn't that long ago. I mean, we're talking 80 years ago. Those people are probably still around, if not, they had just recently died. So they have pushed their memory onto the next generation and the next generation. So it's still pretty fresh in their mind on what we did to them.
Yep.
So if their government's like, you know what, Taiwan, we really do back you up. And if anything happens, you give us a call and we'll help you out. Okay, that's Japan's choice, right? America is going to dip its big toe into that water as well. We already know this. One China policy. Okay, yeah, we agree with it. Whatever. Taiwan, go ahead and just let us know whatever you need. We're gonna be on a two-front war.
Yeah.
All the signs are leading in that direction. Oh, and by the way, again, going down a rabbit hole again, we're going into a Great Depression. I don't care if anyone, like the financial people that I've been listening to, everybody's saying, oh yeah, hey, by the way, it could happen by next year. Of course, everybody's, it could happen next year and all this stuff. And that's what they were saying back in 2008 too, when we went into the recession. They were like, we're going to be in a Great Depression. But this recession we're in now is worse than 2008, according to the statistics of these people. Don't ask me. I don't know any of this stuff. I just go off of what I've been hearing and seeing. But we're leading into a depression, and the depression could be kicking off sometime next year. So we're repeating history where we fall into a depression and then we go into a war. Well,
and correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
So you probably won't have to correct me because I'm never wrong. But when we were going into this recession, and there were lots of people denying it and calling people, calling them out for saying such a thing, and they're just conspiracy theorists, and it's not a thing. And then it started happening more and more, and then Biden came out, well, nobody really thinks we're going to go into a recession, and even if we do, it's going to be real quick, and then we're going to bounce back. Hello? We have not bounced back.
No, we sure haven't.
Here. And last I checked, gas prices are on the rise again. I went to the store the other day, the sports store, and ammo, we just went, like a month ago?
Yeah.
ammo all over the place. Not super cheap, but cheaper than it's been in a while.
Yeah.
I just went the other day. It is getting scarce again, at least at this particular store.
Mm-hmm.
And prices for some have gone up considerably.
Really?
Like I was looking at a box of, what was it? 50 rounds. Was it 50 rounds? No, 100 rounds of 9mm. Before it was about $28.
Yeah, that's about the price.
Now they wanted almost $40.
Oh.
And this has been in a matter of a month.
Well, it's
Stuff
not going to get any
is
better.
Going back up.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better. So if you need it, grab it now.
Yep. But they're going to continue to push the narrative that, oh, everything's good. People are getting paid more. Wages are on the rise. Things are, because prices are higher, that means that people are getting paid more. So that's a good thing. Well, because you fell out of the tree and you broke your bones, well, it's good that you broke your bones. That means that you were able to climb the tree. Your legs work. See, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and then in a short time, you'll be able to climb the tree again.
Yeah, in what universe does that make sense? I don't know, man.
It's not my universe.
Nope. Definitely not a universe I want to be in.
No. I'm
We
a
could
fan
talk
of
to,
the... oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe we could talk to, what's his name over at Tesla.
Oh,
and,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, and see if we can get on one of those flights to Mars.
Probably. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say what I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted. I'm a fan of the multiverse.
But I don't know if we could do it if the Earth is flat. The multiverse. How about the Spider-Verse?
No. Not the Spider-Verse, just the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
You should. I'm always wrong, but you should definitely take my word on that.
One of us has to be right.
That's true.
Just glad it's not you.
Most people are. Most people are glad it's not me.
Oh, man. Well, I've enjoyed today's show. Lots of craziness, as always.
Yeah. Next show you can welcome me back.
Yeah. Next show I'll welcome you, maybe, if you're still here.
No. I just meant from my vacation, but that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back from your vacation, GT.
Only 30 minutes in.
Well, they call me 10-second Tom for a reason, okay?
That's true. Yeah, it only took you 10 seconds to figure it out I was back after I told you.
How was your trip, by the way?
That was good, man. It was good. Got to see a lot. So,
Good.
had fun.
Good. I'm glad. The kids had fun. You had fun.
Everybody had fun.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
And getting cussed at.
And putting that on their credit cards.
Yes, I did. Yes.
I did. Yeah. We'll continue to monitor, as always, and provide updates. But good luck to everyone out there.
Good luck to you. And if you're in my circle, let me know if you need anything. Because I don't have anything. I have motivational speeches ready.
Yeah. If you're in JT's circle, let him know what you don't have, what you do have, and what you need, so he'll know who to go to find out what he needs too.
Give you a motivational speech.
Is it really a circle if it's just two people?
No. I have more.
Line?
I have more people in my circle.
Oh, all right. Let me brag about my friends. Jerk.
Yeah.
Must be nice to be white.
It's nice to have people in my circle.
Speaking of being white.
Hang on now. Wait a minute. 2 people in my circle, right? According to you. But what if they're fat? That's still a circle, because it's...
I guess if they're holding hands.
Yeah, because things still orbit around their belt when they throw things. So they can't throw it in a straight line. It's like, gosh, that went off to the left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like the curvature. Still a circle.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, that makes sense.
It doesn't.
You could have that one.
Yes! Victory is mine.
Victory is yours.
I won the battle, but I did not win the war yet.
Nah, you'll win the war after I'm put in the grave.
Only if I make it to your funeral. Good Lord. There's a lot of stuff. You have a lot of wants at your funeral. I don't know if I can get them all done. Mainly because I forget what you want, and then...
Well, you can't forget what I want because I already forgot what I wanted. Well, that's going to be a lame funeral.
No, it won't.
We're here today. Why are we here today?
Yeah, who's here?
Oh,
Why
yeah, okay. I couldn't recognize him. Last time I saw him, he was alive. Yikes.
Dang, man, that went dark quick. All right, well, on that note, we'll let you go.
All right, bye.
Bye. As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.